Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video where today I will be predicting how the Premier League table will finish. More specifically, the relegation battle. I'm also going to add in that of the current Premier League table, I think anyone from Brentford below are still in it. People still think Leeds are in a relegation battle and they are only 1 point off Brentford, so technically I'm saying that still means Brentford are in one as well. Of course, before we get into the video though, remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It's so easy to do, it's free and it really helps me out, so do it now. I'm waiting. I'm gonna guess you've done it now, so let's get back into the video. So on the internet I have found a website called worldfootball.net and they have a section on there where you can predict the remaining Premier League fixtures and they will put them into the table for you so you can see how they will finish. Obviously there are fixtures going back for Burnley and Everton and a few other clubs as well, but mainly Burnley and Everton because they didn't want to play football at one point. We only have 8 game weeks left, so I'm not sure how and where Everton and Burnley are going to fit those 3 games in. There's going to be a few double game weeks for them, I'm thinking. So to save you from watching the boring part, I am going to skip to the completed table. I am going to go through the fixtures off camera and come back and show you some of the highlighted fixtures that I think will be interesting. Here we go. Okay, so I have just gone through all the remaining fixtures. Put in what I think the fixtures are going to be, taking into consideration home and away form, where they are in the table and how I think they're going to do. I'm going to go through a few highlight fixtures I think for you now, starting in game week 19, which is well in the past, but it's going to be moved forward to some point in the next 8 game weeks, and it is Burnley against Everton. Everton's away form has been terrible. I think that's a nice way of putting it. Everton have been terrible in general, I think, over this season, and Burnley, they always find a way somehow, don't they? I've gone for a 2-1 Burnley, mainly because Everton's away form is so poor. Skipping ahead to game week 22, the London derby, I've gone for a 3-2 to Arsenal. Arsenal in recent weeks especially they've been on form. Saka's been on fire, Odegaard's been on fire, Smith Rowe, although he's been on the bench the last few games, he's been decent. So I think Arsenal are going to pip that whenever that one is rearranged to be played as well. The last game week we had was game week 30. There were only 4 or 5 fixtures played in that one. It was a bit of a boring weekend. However, Watford against Everton. Watford for most people will be considered down and out already. Again, Everton are away. I've gone for a 1-1 in that game. I think Watford have got a little something going forward, so I think they could make it a difficult game for Everton. Game week 32 now, we have Norwich against Burnley. I think there's only one answer for this one, and it's a Burnley win. Norwich are down and out. They were gone a long time ago. So I've gone for a Burnley 1-0 win. They're just going to sneak it at Carrow Road. In game week 35, we have Watford against Burnley. As I said, I think Watford have got a little something going forward. They can cause a shock every now and then. We've seen that this season. I've gone for a 2-2 in this one. I think this will be a very good game. It's 2 defensively set up teams with Sean Dyche and Roy Hodgson, but they've both got goals in them with Emmanuel Dennis, for example, with Watford, and Weghorst for Burnley. So I think this is going to be a 2-2 and a surprisingly exciting game for 2 defensive teams. And now we head to the final game week 38. There's a few big games here. Arsenal are playing Everton. I've gone for a 3-0 Arsenal there. Brentford against Leeds, I think that's going to be a 2-2. Burnley against Newcastle is a fun one, but Newcastle are going to nick that and Burnley will lose on the last game of the season, along with Everton, so it'll be interesting to see who is going down. Chelsea-Watford, 3-0 Chelsea. I think that's a simple one. Watford will be down by then, and I think it'll be one of those things where they just give up on the last game of the season. There's nothing to fight for. The players don't really want to be there. They've got Chelsea playing them. 3-0 Chelsea. And a similar thing with Norwich at Carrow Road this time. Against Tottenham, I think it's going to be a 3-0. If it's not a 3-0, it'll definitely be a convincing win for Tottenham. So what we are going to do now is press calculate, and we'll see what table that gives us. Well, wow. Look at that. Manchester City are champions by a few points. Arsenal sneak into the Champions League. Tottenham finish in the Europa League places. Man United and West Ham just missing out on Europa League there. If you look down, Newcastle comfortably in 12th. Who would have seen that before January? Leeds United finishing in 14th with 40 points. I'll take that. I will take that. Brighton dropping down with 8 wins. I mean, there's that thing, isn't there, that Brighton are only allowed 9 or 10 wins a season. They got them all very early this season, and they've been in bad form ever since. So I think they will drop down. Brentford in 16th, Burnley in 17th, just missing out on relegation with 29 points. Everton slipping into the relegation zone with 27 points. I mean, I'd love to see it, personally. I think the Burnley-Everton game is crucial. Whoever wins the game between Burnley and Everton stay up. And because of Everton's awful away form and a manager that doesn't really know how to inspire a group of players. We've seen the comments recently how he's putting all the blame on his players. He's not taking any blame himself. I think that will contribute to them getting relegated. I mean, I could be completely wrong. I could have predicted completely wrong there. And there might be some shock results. You never know. In the Premier League, there are always some shock results. But I do think it will come down to who wins out of Burnley and Everton stays up. I'm pretty confident about that one. And I think, as it's at Turf Moor, Everton's poor away form. Everton are going down. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Who do you think is going to go down? Have I been a bit unfair in the selected predictions that I've shown? Who do you think is going to stay up? Is it going to come down to the last game of the season? And I will see you very soon with a new video. Peace.